What is up, my fellow wrestling fans? Welcome back to episode number 6. I am Kale. This is Yoshi. I have terrible intros, but hey, that's all right. We are doing a lot today, talking about Raw, SmackDown, Elimination Chamber coming up this next Saturday. March 1st. A lot of interesting storylines kind of going into the deal. And kind of not so interesting, I guess. It's kind of cringy stuff kind of going on, especially one of the promos we saw on SmackDown. But Yoshi, how we doing?
Oh, not too bad. Just kind of wrap up the week. I got sick myself this week, so missed a couple days of work and ready to get back at it. You know, getting a little stir crazy being at home for the last 5 days. So
soccer. I've been over here, holding it down.
Holding it
down, but no, not Yoshi. Oh, I'm sick.
I was sick.
I'm sick.
I had sick time. It works out.
I got like over 100 hours, so it's all right.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we got Raw. Raw was all right. I didn't have a chance to watch a whole lot of it. Sami Zayn comes out. He does a promo for the Kevin Owens match, Elimination Chamber. He gets his match. He had a fight for it with Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce finally decided to give him a match. But it's not just any match; it's an unsanctioned match. So,
now tell me if I'm wrong. Is I can't remember, but have we had an unsanctioned match in WWE before?
I thought that's what it was for a tribal match last year.
I don't remember it being unsanctioned though. Like, Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce, they're behind those matches. But like this one, it's like, no, if you get hurt, if something bad happens to you, it's your fault, but it also could be your career.
Yes. And I think that's what Adam Pearce was trying to say.
Yeah, it's whatever happens in that ring, we cannot stop it. We are not for it. This is mainly just it's like a street fight in a sense.
Right.
So, but I don't think we've ever. I mean, I asked the wife too, and I don't think she's even told me that we've had a unsanctioned match in the WWE before.
I'm gonna look it up now because now it's gonna bug me.
Like I said, that was just something in my mind. Like I said, I asked the wife, and she can't remember if we've had another one before.
Let me see here. So basically, it's essentially a no DQ match. It's a long-standing stipulation in the wrestling world and stuff. The last time I seen one was actually in AEW. Swerve Strickland, who was formerly known as what was his name? Swerve, I think his name was too. He was with what's her face with the red dreads and the other dudes on TNA now that they rapped. Hit Row.
Okay,
yeah. Strickland. They had it at AEW's All Out, and there has been, actually, it says here, 9 dating back since 2002.
Of unsanctioned matches.
You had one with the classic Shawn Michaels versus Triple H at SummerSlam in 2002. That was the first one. And then Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels at 2008, Unforgiving one, where he took his wife and kicked her in the face. Or no, was that when he threw him into the TV? Don't remember. And then Randy Orton versus Shane McMahon on a Raw in 2009. Seth Rollins versus Triple H at WrestleMania 33. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa at WWE NXT TakeOver in 18. Drake Maverick versus Mike Kanellis, which is Mike Bennett, said when they had 205 Live in 19. Then Randy Orton versus The Big Show on Raw in 20. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly at NXT Stand and Deliver. And then Grayson Waller versus Johnny Gargano back in Stand and Deliver in 23. Um, I'm kind of shocked they're not waiting until WrestleMania to do it, unless they got plans or something.
I
You
bet
know,
WrestleMania is very fucking packed though for what they have for their schedule.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't honestly. One of these days, I won't be surprised they make it a 3-night event.
Uh
I
possibly.
I personally think the 2-night WrestleMania has worked out since
Oh yeah.
COVID. Uh,
Oh yeah, I agree.
it was kind of weird at first, but I mean, it is what it is.
Mhm.
Um, anyway, I give that promo a B.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it
mean,
was good.
it was all right.
It could have been better. I mean, the last two Raws have been all right. They haven't. I'll be honest, they haven't been great. They've been all right.
But like I said, it's just been the hype to build the Elimination Chamber and then
Yes.
WrestleMania.
And then next thing we got is AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. I thought that was a
Yes,
pretty good
sir.
match.
Yeah, it's good to see AJ
But
back in action.
yeah, I personally give that a B minus.
Here's a hot take for you. I do not like the fact that AJ Styles does not wet his hair before his matches.
I just don't like his hair at all.
His hair, it has so much volume to it for I gotta be
It's soccer.
hypocritical
It's
though.
soccer mom hair.
Yeah, it's I feel like it would be better if you wet it.
Yeah, I can see it.
But that's just
I
a little hot
liked.
take I have.
I've always liked
Of,
short hair. AJ Styles back. He was in TNA and then New Japan. Short haired AJ. Just it was. I no pun intended. Phenomenal.
phenomenal.
So anyway, Domino had a great match. It was like a little bit of a back and forth with jumping around and everything. I thought when he caught him in the Styles Clash, I thought that was pretty cool. But
Mhm.
that catch when Braun Breaker came in and he threw his shirt and he caught it very smoothly. Wow.
We've seen it before. We had it. It wasn't a shirt though, but Roman Reigns and uh I'm drawing a blank now on the guy. I'm getting excited for the podcast. Brock Lesnar, there it is. Sorry. And Brock Lesnar on top of his tractor.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
he threw the mic and Roman Reigns caught it and gave him a little wink.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. What would you rate that match?
I get a B minus.
Same as me. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, B minus.
I think we're gonna see an Intercontinental Championship match either at WrestleMania. I think at WrestleMania, unless they somehow put it in their Elimination Chamber, but
I could see more the Elimination Chamber, but it could be the WrestleMania too.
yep. Then next week, or we had a number one contenders match, Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile. I'm gonna be a smartass and say this. I'm surprised Dakota Kai did not get hurt, as she always does.
I guess I've noticed that.
I mean, that's why she disappears for every like 2 months. She's always hurt somehow because she's injury prone.
Oh boy.
Great performer, but man, either
I'm a
she's
fan.
working very stiff or what. Anyway, so Lyra Valkyria was watching from ringside, and Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai are battling out for the Shattered title. I mean, I'm personally gonna say I think Ivy Nile's kind of underrated. I think she has a future. I think though she is kind of a Jordan Grace mini version. Or I don't know. I think her and her they actually are friends if I remember seeing right. But I think they'd be a good tag team eventually.
Oh, they're both in kind of two different sports before they came to wrestling.
Yep.
I mean, Jordan Grace was a bodybuilder and Ivy was a power lifter.
Well, I mean, there's always been controversy around how Jordan Grace used to look like what she did, and then all of a sudden she's ripped, and she's always been accused of the roid usage or whatever. Which I mean, I'm not gonna accuse her. I mean, I'm a big boy. She was a big girl at one point, and I'm not gonna go sit there like, oh yeah, she just used roids and everything. But I get it. You know,
Sometimes it's their choice.
even our friend Sam, he's natural, and he fucking gets accused. He used to be a big boy like us.
Oh yeah.
I give the match about a C.
I'll agree with that. I am uh I am interested to see more of Lyra
Yep.
and what she does with the Intercontinental Championship. Um, do I think the Dakota Kai and Lycaria are the best matchup for? I wouldn't say like a main event or nothing like that. I just don't think
It'd
the
probably
two
be
of them would be.
a filler match.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think our women division is good. It's just one of those filler matches. Even the men have filler matches all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. But well, moving on. We had Gunther. He decided to step in the shoes of Jey Uso, and he decided to
Come from
go
the
up in the
crowd.
crowd and see what life's like in Jey Uso's shoes.
Hmm.
And the whole time, he was just mocking Jay, mocking his fan base, trying to get everyone to do the yeet with him.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know. It was in a sense comical, but um I could definitely see it get under people's skin, trying to build that storyline up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Um but I mean that inevitably happened with him getting jumped by Jay this time, and not the other way around. Gunther's been poking at Jay for a while, and this time Jay took action and decided to
Uh,
come out.
well, did you hear the WrestleMania tickets are not selling well? Which is kind of weird because I'm shocked because I personally would buy a ticket and I would want to go see Jay. I mean, I think it's a good story. I mean, we keep talking about it every year, so now it's like, or not every week we keep talking about how Jay has improved and everything. He's proving he could be a single star.
Mm-hmm.
His brother kind of taking a little bit of a different path, but he's working on it too. He's doing pretty well with Drew. I think Drew and him are doing pretty well.
Yep.
Um, I will never get over. I will not. I love when Gunther slaps the shit out of somebody on the chest.
Yeah, he's I've seen the after photos of some of his matches
Yeah.
with other people, and them just beat red, or beat red in the middle, or you can see the bruising already on the chest from Gunther just slamming them.
Yep. Anyway, that was a good solid bout. I give that a B plus.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that.
Um, oh my goodness, I had just had the devil come out of my mouth. Penta versus Pete Dunne. There was a little bit of interference with Ludwig, my boy Kaiser. I see the facial reaction.
Yeah, Ludwig. The man is built like a jacked toothpick. You know, like I know he's a great guy outside the ring with him doing his recent interview with Chris Van Fleet,
Yep.
but him in the ring, he just looks so improportional to his body, just look improportional. Like you shouldn't see his mass on someone of his structure. Like it's just all of his mass is in the wrong areas.
Well, it's kind of nice seeing, speaking of Chris, I mean, I like how he took the chance to finally interview him and kind of get to know Kaiser a little bit, but I think he's an interesting dude.
Oh yeah, no, he's interesting. He's outside the ring, yeah, he's interesting, and I feel like he's building a good storyline for himself in the WWE.
Oh no, you don't like
But
him. You don't like him though. Remember?
I don't like him. He's just a. I mean, if you just look at what he's been doing, yes, but as a wrestler and how he looks and how he acts, I don't like it personally, but I know it gets the fans and everybody else going.
Yeah.
But,
Anyway, Penta defeated Dunn. Then after the match, Kaiser comes in and he does a whole attacking him kind of thing, and then he gets pulled out of the ring by Pete Dunne. Him and Pete Dunne kind of just go at each other. And then Penta I think he jumped on him and then got back in the ring, and then I think something else happened after that, or it just went to commercial break if I remember. But
I think it went to commercial. I think Penta, he got back in the ring. He was ready to take on Ludwig, but
Yep.
he just ended up walking off.
So next match, I thought this was a pretty all right match. It was a qualifying match for the women's elimination chamber. Again, last week, like we said, Roxanne probably working her way up to get called up. She versed Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Yes.
Rodriguez.
So I think it's kind of. I'm glad that she's getting the push. I think she's gonna do well in the WWE. But you know what I noticed, and even people are noticing, is this: Bailey has fought 3 different people that have grown up watching her. It went with Cora Jade, Roxanne, Roxanne, and then there was somebody else. I can't remember who else, but anyway, it was a pretty good match. Perez, she snuck out with the W at the end with the roll up off the ropes. So I mean, I give that a solid C plus.
Yeah, I mean, we did have some interference. We have Liv and Raquel who are being accused of being the attackers of Jade Cargill.
Still gonna fight you on that. I still think it's the both of them.
See, I think it's Naomi.
I think it's both of them. I think it's both of them.
Well, to each their own, I suppose.
And I have solid proof to back it up on it.
Solid proof, he says.
Well, Jade comes in, she got all the spotlight, and then they got in there, and then I think there was this jealous type of storyline for both of them.
Well, I think in real life, I don't think that Jade and Bianca get along all that well.
I don't think they do either.
Because, I mean, I think I said this before, but every time that Jade and Bianca would have a match, they wouldn't ever come out to one or the other's entrance musics. So like we have Bianca and Naomi, they always come out to either like Bianca's or Naomi's, or they switch it up.
Hell, I think it's a big dick competition between the two.
Oh yeah, I mean they're both alpha females.
Or maybe it's like, hey, you came from AEW, you don't think you're just gonna come in here and just take over, kind of thing too.
Well, that could be it too, but then you gotta look at if that's gonna be the case too with Roxanne Perez, her coming from NXT.
I think they're doing something different with her, but like coming from like the rival company itself though, and you were hot shit over there, and they instantly don't send you through NXT, and you struggled. You fucking struggled through your first few months.
Yeah.
Granted, she's gotten better, but
well, it's like your adjustment period. You have your 6-month probation period when you get a new job. In a sense, to her, it's that probation period from the step up from AEW into
a real good company.
Yeah, a real good company, exactly.
So anyway, there was one thing I noticed. When Raquel went for the pin on Roxanne, and right before Bianca came out, you saw how Liv got frustrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of curious. Maybe there's frustration between her and Raquel a little bit, just starting a little bit, like a spark to a flame.
Yeah, but Liv is always so energetic though in what she does. Like her emotions just run rampant though. She's always yelling, or she's screaming, or she's bouncing around. It seems like. I mean, she doesn't seem like she can stand still.
Yeah, it just, to me, it feels like, I look at it as, okay, long-term storytelling. They could obviously go back and use that later in the story if they really wanted to with the Judgment Day shit. If they start wanting to pointing fingers, whatever, that's a whole other episode we could always do. We could like basically book something, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, give that a C plus. Congrats to her winning on that. I think she's doing well.
Yep.
Also, the outfits that Bianca and Naomi were wearing, that was on point.
Yep.
I'll give them 100 brownie points for that one.
That was from the TV series or that movie. Was it Cheer?
Yes.
Right, the cheerleading movie Cheer. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. They're paying homage to the East Compton Clovers.
Yep. That's why. That's what the wife had told me.
All right, now we go into the New Day promo. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I think the New Day is kind of getting over a little bit. I think their heel character, they're starting to finally get momentum off of that.
No,
You don't think so?
I think they're still playing the heel to the max.
What I'm saying is I think they're getting the crowd behind them because that's what they've been struggling with, I think, the most.
Yeah, but I mean, the crowd's, they're still getting the the publicity. They're still getting the boos. They're still
Right.
getting the, New Day sucks, which that's still showing that people have them, or that people have the New Day on their mind when they see
Right.
them.
And I guess, my thing is that people, they see someone like Kofi Kingston. I can see Xavier being a great heel by himself. I think he deserves a single run at like Intercontinental or United States, but that's a whole nother story. Now
Mhm.
Kofi, everyone has seen Kofi as this like happy go getter guy, and now he's finally heel, and it's like, okay, at first it's kind of cringy, but now Kofi's starting to get over with it. Is I guess what I'm trying to point out with that.
I mean, if that's the case, or he's not doing a very good job, then I mean, once again,
Shit takes time.
talking smack to Rey Mysterio, jumping Rey Mysterio. I mean, I still see them that they're still playing this part as a heel together. That's what
Yes,
they'd agreed on.
that's what I mean. Yes, and
But I don't
honestly,
see
I
one or the
could
other getting out of it.
I could see them adding a third person. I think adding a third person, it would be great for that storyline. If you want more heat, add a third person because
Yeah.
everyone's gonna look at like, okay, that was Big E's spot. That was Big E. That was Big E. Big E this. Big E that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. We're probably never gonna ever see Big E wrestle again, unfortunately,
No, I think he's more of the
unless he gets lucky like Edge. But I don't think so.
I feel like he's gonna tap down what he's doing as like being a not a ring announcer, but like
Commentator.
doing being a commentator for a lot of pay-per-views and the bigger
And
matches.
and to be honest, when these two careers are said and done, they're all going in together. They're all going in the Hall of Fame together
As a New Day.
as the New Day. Do I see him
I
going
mean,
as a single? Kind of not. But Kofi will
mm,
go in as by himself.
I would say maybe Kofi.
Xavier, he could he has a small chance going in by himself. It's just like Biggie, small chance. But unfortunately, injuries happen. Uh, it just unfortunate what happened. I don't want to say Rich Holland's all to blame because I mean he's the one that did it and accidentally did it. Um, um, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like DX. They're gonna all go in there, or like the Click. They're all gonna go in there.
Hmm.
So like when people are saying like, "Oh, Triple H, he's finally going to the Hall of Fame," he's already been in there. He's already in there, but he's going in as a single wrestler.
Yeah.
But that's another story for another day. It's something we always can look at. I think that'd be a great single episode by itself of who should go
And
in the
to
Hall of
get
Fame.
led to getting the with New Day itself, getting a little more kind of see where it goes from here. With the new year and seeing how they progress and if they're, like you say, either changing or just going full fledged with being the heel.
Yes.
So we'll just have to watch the progression as the year goes.
I mean, I hate to say it, LWO has kind of been a good group, and I think he's been helping them out a little bit. I think at the end of the year, I think at the end of WrestleMania, I can kind of see Mysterio kind of like stepping back and finally getting ready to retire.
Now, weren't you saying though that you didn't like the LWO?
I don't, but now it just seemed like when I watched the promo earlier today again, and I was like, okay, this ain't too bad. But when he yelled "New Day sucks," I just bursted out laughing. Um,
Uh,
I thought it was
either
funny
or.
though when they ran up the ramp. They ran up the ramp. I thought that was hilarious. I give that about a solid B.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that.
Next match is a big match. I got a key point I want to talk about in this one for sure. Elimination Chamber qualifying match for Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I'm gonna say this now, and I'm probably gonna might not be all in time to say this, but remember how last week we were talking about how Seth seems like he's starting to slow down?
Yeah.
You can really tell in this match that he's not moving as fast as he used to.
Mm-hmm.
Just that
But
curb stomp.
but Finn though, I mean, I understand there's an age difference between Finn and Seth, but I mean, I think Finn's been having a great year. I know he's been getting beat a lot, but
He's
I
putting
mean,
people over.
he's winning people over. He's in peak physical form. Like I want to see Finn with another belt again,
Yes.
whether it be tag teams or as a beat a single. I mean, I would love to see his single journey.
Mm.
You know, to see where Finn can take himself with the New Day as a single and maybe have Dominic step in with JD and them going to tag team and then Finn going his own way with singles.
I think something's coming with that Judgment Day shit.
Mm-hmm.
Something's gonna happen. Either they're kind of toying with the idea of adding somebody, but they're also toying the idea with somebody's gonna go off on their own, or someone, or there's gonna be a split somewhere.
But see, I feel like if there is a split with the Judgment Day, if it's gonna be Dominic, you're gonna lose Dominic, you're gonna lose Liv, and you're gonna lose Raquel. JD's out on injury, and then it'd just be Finn and Carlito.
Yeah.
Now, in a in a strange world,
Ow.
It would be kind of cool. I know, like again, I gotta refer back to Chris Van Fleet and his interview with Carlito. You know, he's not in peak form anymore. You know, he's an older guy now.
No, he's kind of just there to help them out.
Yeah, he can't do the move set. He can take his bumps, but he's not gonna do any high flyers or anything crazy anymore.
I think it's funny. Cool. It's when he just looked at Raquel and she blew him off. He's like, "Ow!" Blew her off.
But it'd be cool to see Carlito almost take over the Judgment Day and make it like Carlito's Judgment Day, you know? Because I feel like it wouldn't be crazy serious, but it would still be like that fine line between serious and serious and fun. Fun/funny with having Carlito at the head. You know?
Yep.
But yeah. Seth and Finn though.
Great match.
Great match.
It's kind of crazy to see Baylor drop Rollins with the pedigree. I mean, maybe that was kind of paying homage to both to being Triple H guys from NXT days.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of good late match counters and reversals. They had the fans buying into the match, or the idea that Baylor had a shot at knocking off Rollins.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would have liked to see Finn beat Seth Rollins, but I know that Seth is still in that upper echelon of men's wrestling.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that was the main event, right?
Yep, that was the main event for the night.
That was better than last week's main event, the one prior.
Yeah, I mean, you still have like the really good promo that Seth Rollins did for his match against Finn and talking about the Elimination Chamber and everyone who's in so far. But yeah, I think this week was a little bit of a step up from last week, just a little bit. I do want to say that we did have a special guest who actually brought in AJ Styles to the arena that night. It was the Daytona 500 winner, William Bryan.
Well, yeah, hell yeah.
He pulled up in his NASCAR with AJ Styles dropping him off. My work, a lot of guys, they're more the farmers and cars and all that stuff like that. But there's one gentleman, older guy, he is the only NASCAR lover. And he had mentioned to me about the Daytona, if I liked it, whatever. And after watching Monday Night Raw, I had to go back to him and tell him, I was like, hey, crazy thing. Your Daytona 500 winner was at Monday Night Wrestling.
Surprise, Shotty!
Surprise! Look at that.
Surprise.
So it was just,
That's
I don't know.
great.
It's just kind of cool to see my love for wrestling and his love for NASCAR kind of finding themselves for one night being in the same area in the same place.
Yeah,
So
I like how they mix and match that stuff. I know. Again, I know. I actually, I gotta talk about NXT a little bit here.
go for it.
I know. I keep telling you, man. We need to watch it. We need to. I watch it. You don't, but I tell you what. I've been enjoying every minute of this TNA NXT takeover. Okay, big, meaty men.
Big meaty man.
Big meaty men. You got Oba versus Moose. Two big ass boys who are gonna go up against each other. And they actually just announced it too recently, yesterday. I'm gonna pull it up, and this is the start to something. And I say this because it's gonna cause. Because I just think, what's after? When is Survivor Series?
Oh, I test my wife.
I'll look up the schedule here in a second.
What's the Survivor Series? Fuck, it feels like it's been so long ago. Because we just had War Games.
Yeah, because Survivor Series is usually the brands versus each other. But now, if you think about it, you add them. Because Survivor Series, that is War Games. The fuck am I thinking?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say
I for some reason thought that was a whole separate pay per view because that's when we saw Jacob Fatu, or not Fatu. What is it? We watched Big Boy jump off the cage and get hurt.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke his
It
ankle.
usually happens in November, but however, I know that's a little bit ways away. Now we got TNA in the mix, right?
Yep.
What if they somehow invade? I mean, like, you've been talking this shit for years, and we're finally showing who's the big dog, which we all know who the big dog is.
Mm-hmm.
God, where is this match? So anyway, they announced that they're gonna be doing a match with Oba versus Moose, and here's the catch. Both of the titles are on the line. So
Oba holds the NXT title for the men's division, and Moose is for the TNT.
Moose is the TNA X Division Championship.
TNA, my bad.
And that's a championship that AJ Styles, like himself, has won. It's a pretty prestigious title in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna be doing it at Madison Square Garden at Roadblock, and
that'll be a good event.
I think that's something that you and I need to sit down and watch together.
I mean, we can do a watch party.
Yeah, we can. You can come to my house and we'll go in the basement and watch it.
There you go. Yeah.
Big old projector. When is it though? I need to figure this out because it's gonna bug me. Anyway, we'll move on. NXT though, it's getting good. Got a lot of tag teams and stuff. Hardys, I know you're interested in that. The Hardys are coming back in WWE.
Hardy Boys, their long-awaited return, and I think this will finally be the year that the Hardy Boys, as a tag team, will get into the Hall of Fame, because Jeff had gotten the offer to be in himself, but he didn't want to go. Yes. He didn't want to go into the Hall of Fame unless he had his brother with him.
Yes. Granted, and so, Jeff has a good resume. Matt, people forget he also has a great resume.
Yep. I mean, they both do. I mean, granted, I think everyone sees Jeff as the crazy high flyer. He's the crazy one, and I know he's had a rough past. I know he's cleaned up his act, and he's, made his life even better than it was. Being sober and healthy. But Me personally, I would love to see both of them in the Hall of Fame. Would love to.
Yeah.
I've been watching them since I was a kid.
How do you feel about
Um,
Michelle McCool going in?
it was a very touching moment. I felt like when it got announced to her because she was with her husband when she got the announcement from Triple H.
A lot of people don't like it though. It's kind of surprising to me. I think she deserves it.
Yeah, but a lot of people also fucking say though that she was piggybacking off of the Undertaker. That's the only reason why she was with him was to get the clout from him.
This will be March 11th.
Okay.
That would be on a Tuesday.
Is it?
Yeah, 'cause usually they do. They'll do
Yeah.
something like that. Like if it's like a major WrestleMania, then they'll do it like a Friday or Saturday.
Yep, March 11th.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
it's supposed to take place Madison Square Garden. It was announced during a recent tapings for NXT or TNA. Both or both championships will be on the line.
Wouldn't be a bad one.
It's so just think of it this way: no bread, no water, just meat.
Just meat.
Just meat.
That should be the title.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, we don't have much else to talk about NXT. I guess we'll just move ahead and go on here. Friday Night SmackDown was kind of a big SmackDown. Rock came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I'll be here on Friday."
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when you have his status and his money and you own majority of the company, you can kind of do whatever the hell you want.
yeah.
So,
Oh, let me
but
pull up these notes here. All right,
but
so
start the night off. Jimmy Uso, Drew McIntyre.
good banger of a match. I give
Yeah,
it
it
a
was
solid
good.
B plus.
It was a good start. It was I know some of I know that some of the earlier matches with Raw and SmackDown, they don't last as long. They're kind of quicker matches.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see that this one was a little bit longer than what it normal is. But yeah, no, it was a banger of a match. Like we said before, and you said that Jimmy's kind of carving his own way in the singles division. Um, you know, Crybaby Drew. I mean, people love to hate him.
I just do want to point out too a little notable thing about SmackDown itself. They decided to make Jesse Road Dogg James head of creative on SmackDown now.
Hmm.
Did you know that?
I did know that actually. No, I did not.
A lot of people don't like it, but I like it. I thought he did great when he was in NXT with Shawn Michaels. Um, I thought he's a fan favorite in the backstage. But anyway, yeah, no, Jimmy, and I like the match between Jimmy and Drew. I think they've been doing pretty well with each other. I think they got good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he did end up scoring up what the announce table, scoring what upset, I guess, when he did a reverse Alabama slam, and then into the victory roll. So he kind of snuck out with the win.
Snuck out the win. Drew didn't like it, and Drew continued to beat up on Jimmy.
One thing though I do want to say that was kind of notable in the observation here is there was no replacement name for Rhodes in a tag team match by Aldis as of the time that this occurred too. So,
To be determined.
yep. Drew also had a great belly to belly because he actually knows how to throw people. Um, Jimmy Spear does need a little work. He hits him with the wrong shoulder.
That's good. That could be an easy fix though, but that also could be a force of habit.
Okay, so next match, I will say that I give, like I said, I give that match that prior one B plus, but this next match, I think there's some good chemistry between Miz and Carmelo Hayes. I think that'd be a good pairing.
I mean, it's funny because Miz is ever since Miz came to SmackDown, he's been trying to find a friend
Yeah,
or an ally or something, and everyone just kind of churns him down. And I mean, granted, Carmelo did the same fucking thing, but
Shit,
he,
I like I said, I thought he was gonna be hitting the round releases, but I think they finally, last second, found him something to do.
yeah. But no, I think with the Carmelo and Miz, man, I think the match was good. The whole beginning intro to the match with the Miz and Carmelo and R-Truth. Anytime you get R-Truth in a scenario, it's just always funny and just makes me giggle.
Mm.
But with the Miz trying to come up with their nickname and Carmelo just like, no, we're not doing that.
I think I just like the pairing.
It
Um,
has potential.
and once again, can we just be honest how R-Truth is not, or the Miz cannot get away from truth?
They're
Has anyone else noticed that?
just two peas in a pod, man.
I love
Our
it.
truth's just here to have fun.
So anyway, Truth and Melo started off that match, and Hayes immediately hit a springboard clothesline, and then he celebrated, and he got his ass kicked. Louisiana Knight, decided to eat a po' boy before the match. Um,
Mm.
I think it was a good match, like I said. And then I saw Shinsuke Nakamura interfered and helped Melo and Miz. So I think Elimination Chamber, we're gonna see Louisiana Knight versus Shinsuke. So that should be all right match. I kind of hope they drop the title to LA because this title run for Shinsuke has just been nothing but boring.
Yeah, it hasn't done much.
It's been disappointing.
I mean, LA Knight when he held the USA title, or I guess the United States, he defended a lot. He was always in the ring. Um, we haven't seen much from Shinsuke besides a little talking here, him jumping somebody here. I mean, no one else has beef with him besides LA. He just doesn't seem like he's ever around.
Yeah.
And I feel like me personally, I mean, I'm a big LA fan myself too. I would like to see LA have his title back and him go on his title run again. Um, I feel like I feel like they will give it back to LA, and then I feel like the LA and Logan Paul feud is going to start back up again, possibly.
Yeah. I like when they deal with each other. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, another observation from the match. They also, well, actually, I thought B minus for that match.
Yeah.
Anyway, they show Fat 2 and Solo having a conversation, and Tonga was also there. I thought, that was pretty solid promo. I will say this. I think ever since he has taken over the line, at first, a lot of people did not like that. But what I will say is it just seems like Solo has really improved a lot over last year. From last year's WrestleMania, from taking over the bloodline and shit. I think his promos have gotten better. Wrestling's always been good. It's just his promos. But anyway, they kind of put the tension on hold and stuff like that. They kind of make amends just for that match, but then Jacob accidentally kicks Fat 2 in that match. Or Solo. So when we get to that, we'll talk more about that. And then there was I think, a really good video package for Zelina Vega.
Vega.
I think she's gonna finally have a chance to run as a single star, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said before, I think our last podcast, I love the generation of video packages and promos we get from individual wrestlers.
Very cinematic. I love it.
Oh yeah, very cinematic. I mean, it's an attention getter is what it is.
Yep.
And I love it.
And then Truth counting down Melo was probably the funniest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, or Truth mimicking John Cena's moves
Yeah.
in the ring.
His
He's
biggest
been doing that a
hero
lot lately. Yep.
He also had a good little video package for his last Elimination Chamber. What if they dropped the title to Cena?
Which one? The Undisputed?
No, because it'll be for contenders. It's contenders, isn't it? Because Cody's not in the match.
goes on the match though, but whoever wins
We'll go to
Elimination
WrestleMania.
Chamber will go to WrestleMania to be a well, obviously, so Jay's already going against Gunther, so whoever wins Elimination Chamber is going to take a run at um you either take a run at the title or you take out a run at somebody who's going for a title.
Yep. Anyway, next match was the Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae. I had some pretty good notes for this one.
I didn't like this match very much.
I gave this a C plus.
C minus.
It's in that C range. I was back and forth. I was toying with the idea between the C minus and C plus and C, and then I think this match was better than expected.
I think Tiffany Stratton's a great wrestler, but I just don't think that Candice LeRae helps to illuminate Tiffany's abilities. I just don't feel like Candice is a very good wrestler. I don't feel like she's does a whole lot.
Oh wow, I have a complete opposite. I said Candice.
Oh,
Candice held her own during this match. I think from her previous matches, I think she has really held her own in this one. I am tired of seeing Nia. It's only a matter of time until she drops Candice anyway.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte coming out on the queen shit and standing up business was great. But I also think that creative should give more creative freedom to Tiffany and Charlotte. Because it's the way they're pushing Tiffany right now. I don't like it. They're kind of pushing her as a weird baby face.
I mean, in my mind, I think Tiffany is a baby face.
Because you can't have a heel versus heel. You need to have. You can, but it's just not traditional and uncommon.
I don't know. I've always seen Tiffany as more of a baby face myself. I know she's been rolling around with like Nia for a while, but then she turned on Niall
River.
But I would rather see Tiffany as the baby, like an arrogant baby faced.
Yes.
And not as.
I guess what I'm saying, they need to let her talk her shit.
Yeah, because she always gets interrupted. Always gets interrupted. It's either Nia or Candice or Charlotte or somebody's interrupting her. It seems like. It's like you gotta let her fucking spread her wings a little bit longer than that. What you guys are giving her.
Yep. Oh, and Trish Stratus was there too.
Yeah, Trish. Well, Nia interfered a bit or was helping Candice, and Trish
strep throat.
No, Trish stepped in, help out.
Got her ass kicked.
Got her ass kicked. Both got their ass kicked by Nia.
Yep. And then Charlotte did her thing.
Yeah, did her fucking queen shit. No, I mean like I said, I feel like when Tiffany has a good opponent, someone who is athletic, she flourishes a lot better than someone who's like Candice, who doesn't do much. Her moveset isn't the greatest. We got to see the prettiest moonsault.
Which it is.
Which it is. I mean, it's the best one out of the girls' division, but I just feel like she needs someone that's not Candice. Stop her against Candice. Give her somebody else. And give her more mic time.
So next, what's supposed to have been a match, Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Raquel, but they, Raquel and Liv took her out and Bianca Belair before it gets started. And then The Rock came out. He had a New York. What did you think of his New Orleans themed?
Well, before The Rock, we did have a Alexa Bliss video package.
That
her
one,
talking
that one
about.
I didn't get to see yet.
Yeah, we got the Alexa Bliss video package of her talking about the Elimination Chamber and how she's been to the Elimination Chamber and she is going to make the Elimination Chamber a playground for her in a sense.
Uh-oh.
So that gave me some chills. She has her little Harley Quinn laugh, and she's like, "Alrighty, I'll see you there." And after her serious video package, but yeah, that in case after that would led on to The Rock coming out,
Yeah, I was not a
and
fan of his New Orleans themed entrance.
no, he's yeah no
All that just to fucking bring up that hey, WrestleMania's come back to NOLA. Yay!
New Orleans, Louisiana, New Orleans.
It's just like the NFL. They keep going the same fucking place. I guess there's a market. I get it, but like Jesus Christ, we have other markets. Go to Minneapolis. Let's go. Like, come on. I'm trying to
Mhm.
go. I'll pay the shittiest ticket just to say I was there.
I mean, it's in New Orleans, man. You could just save up and go to that one.
I'm not driving no damn fucking that long. I'd rather drive to Minnesota. That's like 6 hours away.
Just fly.
No, but that's just more money.
It is more money, but
Blah blah blah
hell,
blah
how
blah
many
blah 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 blah.
how many times are you going to WrestleMania though in your life?
Not listening.
But the whole Rock thing though, I mean, to me, it just felt like it was a giant power trip for him.
Okay,
Just saying that I'm the big shot. I got the money. I'm the head of the table. I'm this.
But-
I'm that.
but have you ever thought that what he was trying to do, he's trying to bring Cody Rhodes as a corporate champion, like how they used to do back in the day with Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, himself. And they changed the entire shit. I had wrote down here is again announced WrestleMania 42 NOLA, like once again not impressed. I did love when Rocky would switch between babyface to heel back and forth. But then became good friends. Like that was starting to be kind of questionable. So I was like, okay. And then he also, like he said, he acknowledged his TKO position in a heel way. And I also put wants his soul ? LOL.
Yeah. I put in my notes that Rock wants Cody to make a deal with the devil in a sense. The devil's the Rock.
And then I also wrote down Cody Rhodes heel turn ? And then I also noted that he also said fuck that live.
Yeah. Only I know we're moving away from the PG era of once we got this new changeover from Raw to Netflix, we're gonna kind of take away the censorship.
Yep.
But I mean, this whole time on Friday Night SmackDown, we didn't get a single swear word heard from The Rock on live TV.
And then he says fuck that live.
Yeah, he said quite a bit, but we didn't get to hear any of that on our end.
I watched the video and they didn't bleep it out.
Oh, well, I watched it this morning. I mean, I guess
the one on WWE.com is or WWE web like YouTube. It's burped out now, but when it was live, they didn't know they was gonna say that. If they did, they would have bleeped it out.
Yeah, that's my fault. I watched it on YouTube TV this morning, and I didn't get the full effects.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I think there's a lot going on with that. But I'm gonna give it a solid between C+ and B-.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Because I kind of see what he's trying to do, and I kind of just think it's kind of cringe.
Yeah, to me it was more cringe, and it was hard to follow along with.
Now we have the next thing that happened was DIY versus Pretty Deadly. I wrote down is I give that a solid where is it out here? B-. Pretty Deadly looked very solid in this match. Pretty Deadly and DIY has some good chemistry in the ring together. Primetime players, this is what I'm also going to say. Primetime players coming out with solid, but I think a different theme song would suit them a lot better if they're going to go heel.
For Pretty Deadly?
No, primetime players.
Primetime players?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Titus O'Neil.
You mean DIY?
No.
Street Profit?
Yes. Primetime players. Yikes.
Street
Very
profit.
big. Yikes. Yikes.
All right. Well, we got Kale back to where we are now.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Um, Street Profits, dude, their video package has been just so intense.
Dude, Montez looks fucking jacked.
Oh, dude, so jacked.
Like, holy shit.
Like
And
they look really good. Like
yeah, I can't
physically
think.
and everything.
Homeboy over there too looks like he lost a little bit of weight too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think ever since they kind of disappeared, they've been, or I guess they got hurt.
Hurt.
Yeah, since they got hurt, I think they kind of fucking hit it hard, and they're like, "Hey, we're back, we're better."
They probably
We're
hit up
taking
Randy
over.
Orton and be like, "Hey man, what'd you do?"
He's like, "Well, I hear voices in my head."
Oh, so that's the idea. Go crazy. Yeah, I love that,
That's so good,
dude. I rock solid for that. I mean, I know it sounds weird to say, but dude, rock solid.
Yeah, their video package is good.
Anyway, Pretty Deadly lost that match, unfortunately. Mortar Machine
Yeah.
Gun came out. They also appeared. That's about it. What I have for notes on that.
Yeah, no, just Street Profit came out, beat up on DIY, beat up on Motor City when they came out. I mean, they're coming for blood. They're coming for top spot.
I just thought of something.
What?
I love how they were kicking each other's ass before the match even started, and the ball's fucking going around still, and the music. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Dude, that was
But
awesome.
the ball is a nice touch.
Oh yeah, dude. They dress like women, but I guess they're not really trying to go for that sense, or kind of go for like the disco theme.
And if they eventually repackage them, I think they'll be a good tag team, different repackaged team.
I don't know. I like their goofiness.
I do too.
I mean, like when me and the wife, when we got to see him live at SmackDown one day in Omaha, and, they come out and we're just like, we look at each other like, who the hell are these guys? Like, why are they dressed in women's clothing? And then now, I mean, that was months ago, and now you see them and they're making their way up the tag team chain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for Pretty Deadly to hold the titles for whether it be a week or two or whatever. I just want to see them hold the titles at least once and see what that power trip is like for them.
I think this was the main event. Cody Rhodes was supposed to be in the match. Tonga was supposed to be in the match, but they took him out because The Rock wanted to talk to Cody. Again, big note. First note I put, big meaty men. Oh my god. Every time, I'm not trying to sound, what I'm saying, but all I'm gonna say is I gotta show love for the big boys, the big dogs, because I'm a big dog. So what I mean? So I gotta show them that. I gotta rep. No water, no bread, but meat.
But meat.
So Damian Priest has been getting hate online. I think he's kind of getting the same heat, or not heat, but like the same hate as another wrestler did a while back, and now he doesn't get it no more. I can't remember who, but I'll probably remember by next episode. But again, like I said earlier, since taking over the Bloodline, Solo has improved a lot. We're also starting to see more of that shift change again. I've talked to one of my coworkers about it. He also thinks so. Damian Priest, I tell you what, man, he does that old school pretty well on top of that rope for a big guy.
Tiptoeing the tight ropes, man.
His favorite wrestler growing up was Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
I give that match a solid B+.
Yeah. Once again, my boy, Braun Strowman, he just gets his ass kicked. And I want to see him do the ass kicking. I mean, I've said it and I keep saying it over and over. He's 6'8", 355 pounds.
Yep.
The man can throw everybody in that ring. over the top ropes.
And then Braun running around that and plowing people will always be great to see.
Oh, dude, I mean, 355 pounds coming running at you. I would be fucking scared.
I'm so fucking scared right now.
But you said the whole thing was Solo Sikoa and him doing better. In my eyes, I see more of Jacob Fatu has been doing great. I know I said this in previous episodes.
And I will say that I do think Jacob Fatu would be better as a leader, but I'm just saying as overall as a wrestler, I think Solo has been great.
Yeah, or as a wrestler, yeah. Well, I'll go with that though. But when it comes to like the charisma behind the mic, in the ring, I feel like Jacob Fatu has been doing fucking tastic.
Yep.
He has the crowds behind him now screaming Fatu, Fatu. I mean,
well, it's kind of funny when the crowd started chanting, "We want Jacob."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the man he has a fan base behind him. I mean, people want to see more of Jacob Fatu. They want more of him behind the mic.
Yep.
I mean, I would love to see more video packages of Jacob Fatu with Tama Tonga. I mean, hell, leave Solo Sikoa out. Let him go on his own path and journey. Let Jacob and Tama Tonga take over and make their own group now.
Yeah.
And then have the interference from Solo in a sense.
They're split it up like how the Bullet Club is. They have separate groups.
Yeah.
And every fucking promotion almost in the world.
So I'm saying, let Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga go off and do their thing like they have been.
But what about Tangaloa when he comes back?
That's what I'm saying. Let them do their own thing. And then
I mean, regardless,
when he comes back or whatever it is.
Tangaloa, he's hurt, but he's just gonna botch everything he does anyway. He didn't hold the fucking title belt right.
I mean, at this point, man, it's been the Fatu and Tama Tonga show, man, for the bloodline.
Oh yeah.
But no, great match. I feel like Damian Priest has been really good on SmackDown. I feel like there's a lot of people backstage that respect him in the locker room, that show him love. He just always seems like a straight up honest guy. He's like, he'll be the one to tell you to it straight. Like, hey, I'm coming for your title. Hey, that was a great match, but I'll see you next weekend, or I'll see you next week when it's me and you, and that'll be a whole different game. I like the change. Doing great. Love seeing Braun back. I want to see him kick ass more. Fatu, he's been doing great. He's good. He's exceeding all expectations. And Solo, just he could go take another month off or two.
They're in the same page now. So
yeah, we'll see about that.
I mean, yeah. I don't know about you. Do you think we covered everything?
I mean, we covered everything in my notes. I mean, it was a pretty easy weekend to get everything written down.
It wasn't a pretty hard having wrestling week like it was last week. We had AEW, NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Granted, I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to talk a whole lot about AEW. We'll mention it here and there like we did today, but like I talked to my brother today at my mom's birthday lunch and stuff that I was doing before this, and we both agreed that AEW just sucks ass. It was good when it started, but now Tony Khan has ruined it.
Well, I know, like, Rhea Ripley's husband, Buddy, I know he's been, I seen a post that he was trash talking the Australian ring for AEW and how it's just trash compared to other rings he's performed in.
It's because their ring never got there, so they had to borrow a wrestler's ring.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk more about AEW when we get like the bigger news stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like just sticking to WWE, but hey, we're only this ain't number 6. It's actually episode 5.
No, well,
I got that wrong.
That's all right.
That is all right. More to come always.
Yes, sir.
We also now have 5 subscribers. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you share with your friends. Let them all know. If you like more wrestling, you want to keep seeing us do this kind of thing, just let us know. We're always on social media. I got it. He has it. So TikTok, kind of getting there. Yeah, we're trying to. I don't know about you, Yoshi, but I'm trying to post more on Twitter too for us. So
Yeah, I've been kind of bad about that. I
all
keep
right.
forgetting about it, but I know you're like the big social media guy and you're the
I
thing
try.
editor and all that.
I try. And that's why I kind of keep my eyes out on a lot of things. But um,
Hmm.
again, so this is probably gonna be the end of our episode, unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
Nope, I'm all good.
All right, don't forget to follow us on all social media apps, like I just said. Also, make sure to check out my other podcast, the TNT Boys. Got our longest episode coming out tomorrow or today, since this is probably going to come out on Monday. Also, yeah, let us know if you like how we post on the schedule. Do you like seeing it the day before or day of? Usually we record on Sundays, so I guess regardless. Trying to think what else here. I got nothing.
Yeah, for me.
All right, Yoshi, you got anything else? I
I think I'm good, sir.
think I just asked you that. No. Anyway, so yeah. Peace out. Bye. Deuces.
Deuces.